Hello and welcome to the ZEM feature overview. In this screencast we will demonstrate the core features of ZEM and their purpose in our training network, together with a demonstration of some real-world problem solving utilizing the troubleshooting tools available to us within the application. We start by logging into the application with our username and password and a 2FA token. The default page presented to all users upon entry is the dashboard. Here, key network information is presented in a glass pane view. From top to bottom, we can see the total number of switches and devices in our network, together with their current operational status. The device collections indicate the status of specific devices that have been configured to be grouped together. This allows you to get a quick status update over all access points or cameras in your network. While the network is under construction, this page provides an extremely simple way to get a progress report of the current network status. At the bottom of the dashboard, detailed information is given about all switches in the network. We can see the PoE consumption and status of devices connected to a specific group or switch. We refer to a collection of switches as a group. In projects, we often see groups created for specific rooms within a building, as is the case in our training environment. But it's also possible to create groups in order to split traffic, such as VoIP and data. The device screen shows an overview of all devices currently configured in a network. We can see when they were created, modified, and a number of other properties, such as the assigned IP address, and for some devices even the MAC address. We can already see that there is a device with a notification, and we will analyze that problem later in this session. The interconnection between devices can be covered using VLANs. VLANs can be created by administrators and provide subnets which are available to devices. Clicking a VLAN shows all the devices that are connected and their current status. We can also see in the VLAN overview that the VLAN that should contain the erroneous device is displayed here. Device profiles can be used to easily configure multiple similar devices within your network. They allow you to set an IP pool, PoE usage, and other device-specific settings. When adding a device to the network, you simply select this profile and most of the work is done for you. The Cisco port configuration can also be customized per device type and even per device. Many more settings for device types are also available, as you can see in the screen, but they fall outside the scope of this demo. In the configuration for a specific group, the previous concepts are tied together. Each individual group allows you to upload pictures of the devices that are associated with it, and you can mark the location of the group on a map. So if this were the wrong location, we can say no, the group is actually not located in this room, it is located in this room. Then we save it, and it's automatically aggregated onto a map of the facility. Notes can also be taken to provide communication across project stakeholders. We could put important troubleshooting information here or some notes about maintenance. We can ping the switches in this group with a simple button. Alright, 2 packets transmitted, 2 received, 0% packet loss, looks great. In the settings we can see all of the previously covered subjects tied together. We can see what switches are members of the group, the available configured VLANs and their associated device profiles. These configurations are automatically pushed to the switches and can easily be modified. For example, if we were to go to a different switch and its settings, we can delete these 3 VLANs, for example. Now we say, now that was a mistake, we want to recover them from another group. We can just press copy allocation, and it copied the VLANs back from a switch where they were still configured. Very easy if you make a mistake. If you remember at the start of this video, we uncovered a faulty device. Let's see what's going on there. When we click on inspections, we can see that the system has automatically detected that there is a faulty IP MAC address relation in the network. This fault relation is based on the device configuration, which says that the device must have a specific IP. We can check out the device to see what's going on. At the device, we can gather some information about its status. We can try to ping the device. Alright, that's strange. We sent 2 packets and didn't receive any back, so we are losing packets somewhere. Our next question is, would it be connected? So we can check the status of the port. It says, okay, the link is connected, 100 megabytes per second, full duplex. All right, that gives us some more information. If we think about the problem, we see a conflicting MAC IP relation. So we can see what's actually going on here by doing a live check. We can see here that the actual network state from the import, so that's the information that the app has retrieved from the switches themselves, says it has 10.0.102.6, but according to the design it should have 10.0.102.7. Very strange. So if we change this back to a 6, the design should match the reality again, and we can now check if we can actually ping the device back. Would you look at that? We have 2 packets transmitted, 2 received. This is something that we see often in the field as well, where people configure a device and have an IP address off by 1 or off by a subnet. For example, they are at 101 or 104 when they should be at 102. Now that problem is fixed, it will also show triple green here, but it will take a while before the conflicting MAC IP relation is resolved because of the inspections which are executed at set intervals. So we can mute the alert for now and come back later to see it disappeared. We can now automatically create a status report of the network based on live information from the devices. Here we can see patch information of all the switches in our network and the associated devices. We can see that the devices are attached to ports on the switch and what devices attached to what port on the switch, and even images are inserted to provide a more visual cue. As you can see, we have subscribed ourselves to these reports, so we can receive the patch report weekly and the progress report daily. When the project is ongoing, it's often very interesting to see the build-up of the network and to see if there are certain mistakes which are repeated often or if the envisioned progress is being made. The syslog module allows you to analyze problems on the fly. We can, for example, select multiple words from this table here. We're interested in this port, so we can include it in our search. And then we can see, oh wow, it's switched up and down a few times in the past few days. If we wanted to export this in order to facilitate detailed problem analysis or for a report, we could easily extract them into a CSV. Comparable to the syslog, we also have the audit log, which logs all the activities of the users and their IP addresses. Very handy in order to make sure that there are no untoward things happening on your network, and also a great way to comply with compliance standards that might be applicable to your specific environment. If you are running a more high security network, this is often the case. We can also use the search query here, for example, to see who is logged in, and we can see the demo user logging in from all kinds of places. To conclude this demo, we will look at the user page. Here users can be created and modified. ZEM supports full role-based access control or privilege-based permissions. Two-factor authentication can be enforced by administrators, and most authenticator apps can be connected to ZEM. It's very simple to add roles to a user. You just select them from a menu. We can set the 2FA to not required and press update. Now the roles have been added to the user, and he can add VPN user roles and manage users as well. We'll now log out of the application. And that is it for today. Thank you very much for your attention, and we hope to see you next time. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us via the socials or take a look at our website.